running this country is a business. Running your state is a business, right? At the end of the day, it's about power and money.
Yeah. With business is, if you're a small business owner, people say it's about their employees, but the reality is it's about you making your own paycheck.
Yep.
So you got to do everything in your power to keep that control so you can make your paycheck.
I do believe that there are things worth going to jail for, like protecting your family, right? Protecting your kids.
When I say like, I believe you should be in church, is because people struggle. I did heavy drugs from 13 to 23. 25, I stopped drinking beer and I stopped smoking weed. So I get myself to God watching TV, watching Joel Osteen. That's how I get myself to God.
If you walked on water like Jesus, people would still say, why didn't you just swim? But we are living in a society right now, in a culture right now, where if Jesus was here today, they would still crucify him.
Triumph from tragedy, the way I overcome the devil mad at me. Farmer like faith, had to plant the seed. Now I work hard, we never take it for granted. We live into a standard, pass it down until it's mastered. I made it from a pallet to a palace and a castle. You can do it too, it's not too much for you to handle. This that motivation, this that.
What's going on, everybody? So on today's show, we have none other than David Arriola from Motivate. You sell protein drinks, bro. Protein drinks from a trailer.
I do.
I don't know if it's, would you call it a trailer?
Yeah, I would say it's a trailer.
Tow behind?
Yeah, 9 by 6.
But we got to give it like a better, cooler name, because this is not just a trailer. When you think of trailer, like I think trailer trash. Some people are going to get pissed I said that. I don't care. But like, that's what I think, right? So like, we got to give it a real cool name, like Batmobile or some cool thing or something. Think of a name, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to pull up in this.
Usually when I, introduce it, I always tell people it's Arizona's first mobile protein shake trailer.
Okay, mobile. Let's take out the trailer.
Yeah.
Arizona's mobile, elite, premium, state-of-the-art, first form. It's not Force Forms, but what can we say? First form, you need to pay him, right? Yeah. That's what needs to happen, bro. Yep. They need to give you a truck, one of those big old box trucks, bro. Yeah. You pull up and just lift that thing up, bah!
And there it is.
It's clean, like all black, bro. Big old first form with Motivate on it. Actually, big Motivate and then a small first form, like barely in the corner. And they paid for it.
Yeah. I would love that idea.
Right?
Yeah.
So, Andy, bro, where you at?
Where you at, Andy?
Where you at?
Let's make it happen.
He's like, I don't know who that dude Chris is, but what's up, bro? Got you on the first form. Nah. So, are you from here?
Well, I was born in El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
I was born there, but I was raised in Colorado, Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been out here for 12 years.
12 years? 12 years? How old are you?
12 years. I'm 39 years
39?
old. Yeah.
How many kids you got?
2.
2 kids?
Yeah.
Boy, girl, girls, boys?
Both. A girl and a boy.
Okay.
And then I recently got married.
Okay.
And my wife, she has 2 kids too.
All right, so like a blended family?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Everybody gets along?
Yeah.
No battles? There's always battles,
no, and if
right?
they'll battle, but if they do, we just kind of
settle down.
Let's calm down.
How old are your kids?
Let's do burpees.
Let's do burpees.
Yeah.
Get in shape.
Yeah.
How old are they?
14, 2 11-year-olds, and a 7-year-old.
All right, so they're all kind of in the same group.
Yeah.
So the older ones are yours or hers?
The older ones are mine, and
11.
So I have an 11, 14. She has an 11 and 7.
Yeah, that's cool,
she
man.
may be 8. I'm bad with.
All you guys live in the same house?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's parents.
Yeah, parental things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, blended families they're challenging themselves because you got the other parent, right? But it's cool that you, like you said, you're making it work. You're bringing the fitness, giving them something to do.
Yeah. Blending a family, it has its ups and downs, right? Because again, even just like any relationship in general, somebody was raised a certain way and the other person as well. So when you're bringing those two worlds, but now you got kids and now you got other parents involved. But at the end of the day, it's just constant communication and just realigning, what are we going to do for the kids? What's best for the kids? Mm-hmm. And throwing out ideas. I think this will work, like one of the things that I introduced to my wife, Denise, was burpees as discipline, right? I noticed that her disciplining, she would get frustrated and yell and punish, right? But that didn't work. What's funny is once we started doing the burpee thing, when the kids were having issues, they don't have those issues no more. Who wants to do burpees?
Hey, were you in the military?
It's no.
Where'd you get that idea from?
Honestly, bro, like, I don't know.
You just tried it one time.
I just tried it one time with my son, and it worked. And so we kept doing it. But one thing I've noticed is we never have to do it. It's very, very rare. So it's really that one or two times that they have to do it, they understand the consequence.
You're like, you screwed up. Give me some burpees, 10 burpees, 15. Burpees are hard, especially if you never do them and you're not you know, active.
And if you're out of shape. And it's a full body workout. Yeah. So nobody wants to do it.
Nobody wants to do it.
It gets you completely out of your comfort zone. And having to do it in front of other kids or people, it's embarrassing. You know, so there's a lot of levels to it. Yeah. But it works. It's effective. Right.
Well, like you said, you've only had to do it a couple of times. It's not like they're doing burpees every day.
Yeah, and think about how you were raised. I don't know how you were raised, but I was terrible, punished with the belt, being spanked, getting my ass whooped. Was that effective? No. Right. Yelling at your kids, is that effective? No. So I think you learn from growing up of what not to do. Yeah. But you also figure out ways of, okay, what's going to work, right? For me, for example, beating your kid, yelling at them, putting them down, shaming, that doesn't make any logical sense in my mind to make a kid act correct. In my mind, I'm just going to make them feel like shit, right? So when they mess up, just ask them nonchalantly. Don't even show you're mad. But, oh, yeah, you're talking back to your mom. 20 burpees. Oh, but I don't want to. You want to keep talking back? That's 30 burpees. And then guess what? They don't do it again. It's magic, bro. Try it.
Burpees will get your heart racing, too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
To get you in shape, too, though.
Yeah. You're walking around with some swole kids. Yeah. And then, what if they're all getting in trouble on purpose? Yeah, right. They're like, wow, give me some push-ups too, Dad. Yeah. they're telling you their routine.
That'd be cool if they had that mentality, right? Have some swole ass kids at 14 years old.
Yeah. No, that's cool because I think like some of the problems, and I'm not like a marriage counselor by any means. Like I'm probably the worst person to give marriage advice, but I think like with blended families is the key is to not be so focused on the spouse. Yeah. Because sometimes you're so focused on the spouse that they don't pay attention to the kids, or you keep the spouse from his kids or her kids, or you know what I mean? Yep. The kids kind of get rejected from the whole thing. Yeah. And that's where the stuff like doesn't work.
Yeah, and a lot of it's ego too. You know, for my situation, you know, our divorces, they were not good divorces, right? Yeah. They broke up due to unfortunate events. And when things happen like that, your whole world is rocked. So you're holding on to a lot of unforgiveness and bitterness and all the resentment, all these things, right? Yeah. But, you know, you being a man of God, you understand how crucial forgiveness is, right? And forgiving those
sometimes that offended you.
It's super hard, bro.
Hard to forgive people.
But it's relieving for you, right? Because at the end of the day, unforgiveness is like drinking a bottle of poison, thinking it's going to affect the other person, when in reality it's only going to affect you.
We got to clip that on forgiveness.
Yeah.
No. The forgiveness is cool. So going back, so you grew up in Colorado. Yep. So did you go to high school, college? Yep. Did you go to college?
I tried community college, but high school, man, I was a troublemaker.
Were you a troublemaker?
I was a huge rebel, bro, and like
what were you doing?
Well, let's put it this way. I smoked pot when I was like 11 years old, 12 years old, and I started drinking alcohol. We had the 40-ounce oldie, you know, the Mickeys. Yeah. We started doing that when I was like 13, 14. Yeah. You know, so I started young, bro. It was very, very young. I was a troublemaker. I was hanging out with all the other troublemakers. Caused hell for my parents. They were constantly stressing because of me. But they also gave us freedom as kids, like go out, don't come back until the sun sets type of thing, right? Mm-hmm. So we'd go out with our friends and we'd go cause chaos and drink and smoke and do all the bad shit. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was pretty much.
So you're running around thugging it and in the mountains of Colorado.
In the mountains of Colorado. Well, what's funny, bro, is like people think that Colorado is, you know, a bunch of Caucasians snowboarding and skiing and having their lattes, but you know, the heart of Denver, it's primarily Hispanic.
Yeah.
It's a lot like Phoenix, right? And it's the Wild West, right? Everybody that is from Cali and Mexico migrate to Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Colorado. But you drive into Colorado, bro, into Denver, and you're like, you feel like you're in Maryville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where was it? Were those guys remember those thugs that was that Denver? That were breaking in apartments and stuff? That Trendo de Agua or whatever?
I have no idea.
I think that was Denver.
Oh, something about
There's like that big gang from South America. That were
the Venezuelans?
Yeah, or something. Was that Colorado?
Yeah, that was Aurora, Colorado.
Yeah, we'll just call it Denver.
A big deal. Yeah. But the crazy thing about Denver too is like super segregated. Right. Not like prison, right? You got your Mexicans, you got
blacks,
your paisas.
whites, all that.
Colorado's the same way. Like there's certain neighborhoods that you just don't go into, or you're fully aware of where you're at, right? And like organizations and people in their hoods stay with each other.
Yeah.
You know, and even to this day, I've been away from Colorado, but I'll still go visit, and you can still see it. You know, but like Aurora, it's primarily the black people. Then you've got parts of Denver that are the Asians. Then you got the white people, and then the Mexicans, the norteños, the sureños. Like everything's broken down like that.
Yeah. It's crazy that it's like that though, because like I never went to prison, almost a couple times, but I went to jail like many times. And you start seeing the segregation there.
Yep.
You know, like I never really understood. I mean, I understand it, but I don't understand it. So you understand like culture and you know, you get along, but I never understand like the cities that are segregated, like different neighborhoods. I think the government starts to do that stuff because they're placing people, and it messes things up. You know what I mean? Because like I think people should be intermingled. You know what I mean? Because that's how, when you're segregating, the people are held back.
Yep.
Not even knowing. You know what I mean? It's not that the government's holding someone back. It's just that the culture holds them back. Yep. You know what I mean? Like you got to move out of that neighborhood to get somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so I grew up in Maryville.
Okay, cool.
A long time ago, in the 90s. And so it was all gangs, just gang infested, kind of like we were growing up. Just all gangs, no paisas, just gangs. And like I remember, like that was the environment, right? Still segregation.
Yeah.
You know, we only went like 2 miles either way, type thing. 3 miles, you know, kind of this big old circle, and that's it. It's all you know. You never know anything else. You know, and then you judge everything else past the circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're too good for us. They're too this. The reality is it's probably not that way.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I do believe in that too. That certain places, certain things are planted as well. I just think the government, again, I was telling you earlier, but everything's chess. You know, they're 2-3 steps ahead of things. They see things that we don't see, right?
Of course.
And it's all, at the end of the day, it's a business, right? Mm-hmm. Running this country is a business. Running your state is a business, right? At the end of the day, it's about power and money. So,
yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, and it is a business, because even if what business owners, that's why I have I try to have serious conversations with certain business owners that don't understand everything, like in politics, or why the government's the way it is, and all they have to do is look at themselves, because you start to get a clear picture. Is with business is, if you're a small business owner, like people say it's about their employees, mm-hmm. and part of it is, right? But the reality is, it's about you making your own paycheck.
Yep. So
you got to do everything in your power to keep that control, so you can make your paycheck yourself. Because the goal is, after you pay everyone, you pay yourself, and you can live a better life, however that looks, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to do the same thing, as play that chess match to make the move come into your favor.
Yep.
That's the government.
Absolutely.
You know? And so certain people don't understand it. It's like you're doing it in business, you're doing it in life. You know, like we're spending money on a budget or whatever it is to protect yourself.
Yep.
You know, and I think if more people realize like how they live and if they're in business, how their actually business is operated, then you start to get a better understanding of the government. And actually when you have an understanding, then there's less judgment.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because now you feel like you can, okay, I understand what they're doing. Okay, they're playing this. Let's play that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you start to learn like a little bit of a game. You know, how do I get in this game and how do I operate in this game? What systems are there I can use? What should I stay away from?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's where it starts to become a game changer for people as they grow in life and business. You know, in the world is learning these systems and not being so judgmental. Because when you're judgmental, bro, you shut it down.
Yeah.
Like if I'm judging you right now, I'm shutting anything off between you and I.
Yep.
Between having a relationship, having a proper communication, like you can have everything I need or vice versa. And if we're judging each other, we'll never know.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And that's why I think obviously our First Amendment is super important.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Everybody has something to say, but also everybody has their own walks in life. And for me, even if I don't agree with somebody, what they say or how they feel about a certain situation, I'll still hear them out.
Yeah.
I'll give them that opportunity because for me, if it makes sense, I'll listen and then I'll go do my own research. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt and I don't have to agree with you. And that's the thing. I think that's one of the problems is we feel like, oh, I have to be right and I have to prove you that you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We live in that kind of culture, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be like that, right? Like we can literally have a conversation and we can agree to disagree and still be respectful and still, love each other as, brothers and sisters,
Yeah,
right? We can
yeah.
still do that.
Yeah.
But that's the problem is, oh, you don't believe in what I believe. So, I'm going to judge you and we're not going to talk, but it doesn't have to be like that,
Mhm.
right? Like, but you can always learn something from somebody, right?
Absolutely.
You just got to be open-minded,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
don't judge because at the end of the day, we're all going to be judged.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Going back to those terms, right? We judge people based on what they do, but at the end of the day, we won't stop to look at what we do
Mm-hmm.
and judge ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, right?
Huge.
But it makes us comfortable when we see what somebody else is doing wrong to say, oh yeah, you're doing that wrong. You're not a good person, right? Okay, but what about you?
Mhm.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Do you just hide it better than other people?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
No, it's true because that's what happens is pointing because you're taking you're taking away from what everyone sees in yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So I can be like, you suck, you're this, you're that. Exactly. So no one sees it on me. You know what I mean? And I think that's where people get it. You know what I mean? It's like when we see it a lot of too is in religion and in politics.
mm,
You know what I mean? And we start to see the blame game, this, that, like this guy sucks, that guy's a liar, this guy's a crook, and it's like, okay, look at yourself.
yeah.
Like so when people started bashing Trump or it's like, look at yourself.
Yeah.
Like I remember I had someone I'm a Trump, people who follow me know like I'm down with Trump. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. But one guy, and I'm like, one guy is like just bashing. I'm like, all right, whatever. It's your opinion.
Yeah. Yep.
I go, but didn't you just file bankruptcy? Aren't you behind on your bills? Didn't you just borrow money from me? But you're gonna bash him.
Yeah.
Like, are you better than him? But he's the president.
Yeah.
He's still a man.
Yeah.
And you're a man. You're messing up. Should I judge you and tell you to get out of here?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like we have to see both sides. That's the problem. When you're judgmental, you just shut it down. When you're not, you have to see what it is and what the person. Everyone has good in them.
Yep.
I mean, there's some guys that are killers and they're just evil, right? But very few.
Yeah.
So it's like, the whole Charlie Kirk thing. Charlie Kirk gets murdered, and people are just bashing him, dude. Like, dude's dead. He's not fake dead. He's really dead. Like, and they're just bashing. And it's like, guys, the dude just wanted to do what he loved to do.
Yep.
He believed in God. He happened to be Republican, and he was just spreading the word and debating and he had a family and he paid his bills and he was still doing things the right way.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, why are you going to bash the guy?
Yep.
because what, you don't like what he said? What about what you just said yesterday? What about when you hit your wife last week? You know, what about when you got that DUI 2 years ago?
Yep.
You know, so it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ain't Jesus walking around on water, I think you got to kind of shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's funny though that you say that. So I have a saying that, you know, we can relate to this situation, but I tell people, even if you walked on water like Jesus, people would still say, why didn't you just swim? And they would completely miss the blessing that you just walked on water.
Yeah.
That's where we're living at right now. But we are living in a society right now, in a culture right now, where if Jesus was here today, they would still crucify him. Right? And that's the thing for me. I have my beliefs.
Dude, Democrats are crucifying him.
Yeah.
Some transgender dude or some sicko.
So like for me, I stand 10 toes in my beliefs.
I want to lose 100. Dude, when I started posting Charlie stuff, I lost like 600 followers.
Bro.
Yeah.
You know, to each his own, right? We do what we do because we're not trying to gain followers.
Nah.
We do what we do because we're trying to speak our truth and our beliefs and the shit that we've learned in life. Teach that to other people so that they can be better. And that's really like one of my best ways of living my life is just trying to help people. And a lot of it, bro, like, I'm not sure if you've seen my content, but I'm really talking to myself and the person that I used to be, right? And the person that I had to go through, because I wish I had that person in my face telling me the truth, you know? And I didn't have that, you know? And the thing is, a lot of people are passive. And I get it, you know, some people don't feel like it's their place. But at the end of the day, what good are we if we're making all these mistakes and we're learning and growing from them, but we're not sharing that wisdom to other people?
Yep.
Then we are responsible.
Yeah.
In my perspective, we're responsible. You know, if God gives you a word to speak to people, how are you not going to give that word to people?
Totally.
How selfish are you of doing that, right? For what? Because you care about how you're going to look on camera or what people are going to think or what your family or friends are going to say? Hell nah.
Yeah.
If God gave you something to give to the people, give it to them.
Yeah.
Because even if it changes one person, it's a win, right?
It's a win.
Like, you don't have to change millions and millions of people. Would that be cool? Yes. Especially if it's for the kingdom, right?
Yeah.
But even if it's just one person that was thinking about, you know, unaliving themselves and they fell on your content and it saved them, bro, that's a win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's that's what we're talking about, and I've said it before. Is like when I started the podcast, is like to show people if I can do it, so can they. Because I was that same person too. When I was the first time I did cocaine was I was 13. The first time I didn't go home like overnight and just didn't go home, I was 13. Like everything was 13. I mean, I got drunk at 10, 11, smoked weed at that, but you know, and so I was that guy that judged people because that was my environment.
Yep. And
so that's why I tell people, like, get outside of your environment, get around people that are doing better than you. Like, move out of that neighborhood. Move. I tell people move north. It sounds bad, but I mean, whatever. If you're living in the hood, you're living in the hood, and you can say, well, I can do good in the hood. Well, go keep trying.
Yep.
You know, because it's your environment. Your kids won't do good in the hood school. That's for sure. They got D-rated schools that lie and say they're A-rated. You know, so it's like, get in the right environment, because then you'll start to learn why.
Yep.
When you learn the why, then you start to meet the who, right? And then you get the how. And you start building. You know what I mean?
Yep.
People who usually complain they ain't doing shit. Like, they think they are.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they think they are. They're making a couple bucks, and I'm not trying to act like I'm some big dog dude, but it's the truth. You know, they're hating on the dude that's doing good. Yep. So you got dudes hating on you because you're out there freaking slanging shakes every day. You're all over the freaking town, and they're hating on you for working your butt off trying to take care of your family and believing the way you believe. But it's the belief that you believe that allows you to do what you do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
and the thing is, bro, everybody's always going to have an opinion anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But one of my rule of thumb is if they don't pay my bills and they don't take care of me or my family, I can give a shit about their opinion. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
People it doesn't matter. You can walk a perfect life and people are still going to hate you.
No, they're
still
going to
find a
worse.
reason. Look at all these, there's a saying that something like, you know, hopefully you live long enough to see yourself be the bad guy, right? Look at how many good people that have just contributed to the world. And the moment they do something bad, oh my God, the hate. Oh, I told you, you're a piece of shit. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. You know, like, why? But again, people hate on what they gave up on, right? But also at the same time, it's their own insecurities that they're revealing to the world, right?
Yeah.
Like when I get hate comments or hate DMs, they're other men. They're literally other men. And, you know, I'll go look at their page and I'm not trying to judge them, but I'm just like, damn, bro.
You're like
you really have.
You're like 300 pounds overweight.
Bro, I mean, there's some fit dudes and stuff, right? All kinds of people, right? Fit, fat, overweight. But at the end of the day, how bad of a place do you have to be in life for you to jump on the internet, go find somebody to hate on, take your energy to go talk some shit, right? It completely like take yourself away from what you're doing just to go talk shit.
Yeah.
To make you feel good.
Yeah.
That's a mental health problem.
I agree.
And people don't realize it. You know what I mean? Like I got some dude, he every time I post, he's hating on my post, talking shit, right? And I'm like, this dude literally, he doesn't follow me or anything, but he's literally taking time for me to post.
He somehow created a notification just for your post only.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, but that's a mental health problem. Like, how bad do you have? I know for me, the people that I don't like, I am not wasting my time looking at their shit. I can give two shits about what they're doing with their life.
Yeah.
Right? What does it matter to me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got these other people that really like thrive on negativity.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's the way a lot of the world is, right? The world's upside down, and don't get me started, but the world's upside down, right? For me, in my perspective, the world is the devil's playground, right? Look at everything that's going on, right? What are the top businesses in the world, the top industries? Pornography and sex trafficking. Why do you think that is? Right?
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't it be opposite?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But look at the music industry. Look at the movies. Look at all these things that are demonic and satanic. I've been to a couple of concerts and it's like a satanic ritual, to where there's some of my favorite artists, but now I won't even go to their concerts because I see with my spiritual eyes what it is. You know, and it's unfortunate, but people sell themselves to the devil for fame and fortune and all these things all the time. And it takes away, you know, and it breaks my heart because they could be doing something positive and positively impacting the world.
Yeah.
Than selling themselves to the devil.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's why the Bible talks about having heaven on earth. You know, like it's our responsibility to create this environment as leaders, as parents, you know, like it's our responsibility to create this positive, like God-filling environment so people feel the presence of God, to the happiness, the joy, all this stuff, and then the hard work, you know, all those things all intertwine. You know what I mean? Like you said, why be negative? Like I seen some guy, like he just keeps posting little cryptic messages. You know, I'm about to unfollow him, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Just pay attention to what you're doing. Pay attention to if you're building a business, pay attention to your business. Build your business. If you got a job, go become the manager. Like quit hating on people. Go do your best. Show your kids that you can step up in the world and go from $18 an hour to 25 or 50 or 100, whatever. You know, like just quit it. You know? Yeah, it's insane, dude. Like since, you know, dude, I've gotten building the business, man. I remember people would call me, you know, because a lot of as I started building the business, a lot of the people I'll deal with are older white guys, you know, not to say they're prejudiced or anybody's prejudiced. And I'm not even fully Mexican. I'm half. You know, but they would call me like, hey, what's up, Cholo? What's up, Vato? When I started the business. And I would get so mad. And then I started like, you know what? I would get so mad. And then I would, you know, I wouldn't want to fight them, but I would like, dude, I'm going to whoop you up. And then I would tell their boss, you know, like, hey, tell this dude to stop. because it's just not cool, you know? And then I'm just like, then I just got to a point where like, dude, like, I don't know why you're calling me this, because I make way more money than you. So just stop, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're where you're at. I'm where I'm at.
Yep.
If you want to get to where I'm at, stop being the way you are.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it just, that's what it is. If you want to get somewhere else, it's like the seed you sow will grow. You know, so it's like, what seeds do we want to plant?
Yep.
We want to plant those good seeds, those positive seeds, like, and like have some real fruit. You know what I mean? Because you can have a fake tree like the ones behind us. You know what I mean? You can go, like I told someone, they're like, the grass is always green on the side. Yeah, but it's faux grass. It's artificial turf. Is it really greener?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's crazy right now, because like, I've been wanting to talk about this too. And we'll get back to your life. Is like, and I like today I see a lot of posts about like, especially in swag, like faith, God, scripture.
Oh yeah.
It's like everywhere. It's like it's popular right now.
Yeah.
And there's people starting brands and posting these things, and I'm like, dude, you don't even go to church. You don't even, what's tithing? Exactly. You don't know. Don't talk about God if you don't even do any of this stuff. I tithe.
Yeah.
Like I cuss. I don't cheat. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I give a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. And like, if you're going to live it and you're going to talk it, then be it.
Yep.
Like, don't just be like, I'm wearing a, Psalms shirt or, whatever, you know what I mean? Saying some scripture that everyone knows. It's irritating, bro.
Well, I'm glad I didn't wear one of my shirts with scripture on it today.
Bro.
I would have felt like shit.
Yeah, I want you to. You know what I mean? Because
I'll just play it.
Like,
I see what you're saying.
I don't like it, because if you're going to do something, then be it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, I go to church. Dude, my wife's a pastor. I'm a pastor. Like, literally ordained. My in-laws are pastors. We run our church.
Yeah.
And so, like, you can't talk to me about God.
Yeah.
And know, like, that you don't even go to church.
Yeah.
And just say it, though. Just be like, hey, I don't go to church, or I'm about to go to church.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel if you're a certain religion, let's take Christianity for example. Let's say you call yourself a Christian. You have to go to church every Sunday? Like, that's a non-negotiable?
Non-negotiable.
And why is that?
It's in the Bible, bro.
To go into the church.
Into the church.
Okay. But see, from my understanding, I thought we are the church.
No, we're disciples. So we're to be disciples and spread the word.
But we're not the church.
We're not the church.
So
there's scriptures that kind of lead that way.
That say we are the church.
Yeah,
Go be the church, right?
Yeah, to spread the word.
Okay.
But they also say take it back to the storehouse. Take it back. Basically, it's like, in artist, I should have had this off. I'll have to pull up the scriptures. But basically, like, you are to go to church.
Okay.
I'll find there's scriptures, right? There is other scriptures that say like you're to be the church. It's more like we're supposed to spread the word of God.
Right.
That's our job.
Okay.
To spread the word of God, to teach people like, hey, you know God? Boom. And then you want to bring them back to a church.
Yep.
Because what the church is, you have a covering, right? There's a reason why there's preachers and pastors and priests, and these are these are God created these titles, right? Some people shouldn't have those titles and all that stuff.
Are you non-denominational?
Non-denomination,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So we have pastors, right?
Okay.
You can have deacons and all this stuff, but I believe you should go to church.
Okay.
I really believe that, because not only one is you get in a right community, you get fed. So in order to and I'm not saying it's a fake Christian. I'm not, and I don't think I'm telling you this or anything, but because we're having a conversation.
Yeah, and I'm asking questions because I want to get your perspective.
I think you should go to church every Sunday at the very least, or Saturday, whatever day that is, or Friday, whatever day it is, because you're going to go get fed. I think your kids should be going with you because they're going to get fed, and you're getting around people that want to eat good food, right? Because like, how are you going to learn and build a relationship with someone if you're not around them all the time? So how are you going to say you have a relationship with God if you're not really getting fed? Because so it's like going to school, right? When you go to churches, you're getting taught.
Yep.
You know, and so you're learning, you're growing, you're getting fed, you're eating good nutritional food. And so if you think you're going to teach yourself, you're wrong. You know what I mean? 100%. Especially in the Word of God. In the Word of God. Like, you can teach yourself on YouTube all day long. Like, I'm teaching myself how to have an apparel company. The truth is I'm not, because I'm asking a bunch of people about apparel.
Yeah.
Right? I'm watching a few videos and learning some little things, but I need people to show me and teach me, right? So I got to be around people now that are in the apparel game.
Yep.
You know, so if you want more of God, you got to be around people that got more of God.
Yep.
And if you want those blessings, it's in the Bible, bro. You give, like, and it shall be given, overflowing. Like, there's so many scriptures that talk about all this. You know, do not be conformed to the things of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yep.
You know, so when you're conformed and you have fake shirts, like, you're not becoming transformed.
Yep.
Your mind's not really become renewing. It's a facade. You know, so like, I do think you should go to church every Sunday. We have church like 3 days, 5 days. I feel like it's every day, to tell you the truth, because we have so much different like small groups and stuff, and a lot of stuff's at my house. So it's like it's every day.
Yeah.
And my wife's the pastor. She's she runs the church, right?
Okay.
It's a small church. But I think you should go. I think if you're a Christian, it's just me. And I'm not judging anyone. You can be whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. I don't care. But if you're a Christian, my personal opinion is you should go to church and you should tithe.
Okay.
That's my 2 opinions.
Okay.
And you should get your kids in church, because I see a lot of parents where one goes, the other one doesn't go. They don't take their kids. They don't make their kids, and they wonder why their kids are 18 going to prison. They're not putting them in the right environment. They're not giving them nutritional food. The same way you want to give someone protein and give them a good nutrition, right, is the same way we want to go get fed.
Right.
That's my belief.
Yep.
What's your belief?
All right. So I'm a little more unorthodox, right?
Yeah. That's like the baker that says it's deconstructed cake. It's because she effed up the cake.
But no, let me tell you my perspective, okay? Because I do believe, you know, and I don't mean this in a cocky way, but I know I'm favored by God.
I love it.
And just for the fact that as many times as I mess up in my life, up to this day at 39 years old, I have never given up trying to do the right thing and be the person that God is calling me to be. And I say that with conviction. Like, I don't take that lightly, but I never give up. And I love God, and I love Jesus, and I love the Bible, and I love everything about it. But based on my walk, bro, I'm at a point right now where I don't even consider myself a Christian. Like, I'm at a point right now where I don't believe in any religions, and I believe religions separate people, period.
Well, religion is a form of politics.
Yeah, and Christianity is a religion.
Yeah,
for me, like, when people ask me, "Oh, you're a Christian," I no longer identify myself as a Christian. I'm a follower of Christ. I'm a follower of Jesus. I believe in the Bible. For me, that's who I am, right? I believe in the teachings of Jesus. I believe that he died, and he died for my sins. I believe that he resurrected from the dead.
Yeah.
I believe that he's the way, the truth, and the light. I believe all these things with conviction, right? However, religion separates people, and it's just a bunch of, oh, you have to do this, don't do that. But everybody has their own relationship with God, because we all live different lives, right? We all go through different journeys and different paths. So the way you see God and the way you see Jesus is not the way I'm going to see him. And that's based on how much you're seeking his face, right?
Yeah.
How much of that path you're taking, because the Bible says narrow is the path, right? Narrow is the path. And the more you're obedient to God, the more you're going to be hated by the world, right? One thing that I wanted to point out earlier that you had said was, you know, all these people wearing crosses and scripture, or you'll see their
I'm literally talking crap, and I'm like talking to you.
So what?
I'm just kidding.
So what?
No, I'm like talking crap.
Oh, what do you mean?
No, but like, just keep going.
Oh, no. So, like, I see people on their Instagram, they'll have like God first, or they'll have, you know, all these things. But at the end of the day, like, it's just an image that people are chasing, just like anything else, right? They want to be seen as, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm this, right? It's kind of like if I walked around with all my MAGA stuff on, oh, you want to be known as a Trump supporter, right? Yeah. They want to be identified as that, right? But one thing that I've learned is that we are all equal when it comes to not being righteous. We all fall under sin. just because you sin a certain way is different than mine doesn't make us any different. We live in a world though where, oh, he does that, so yeah, you're not a Christian, you're a shitty person. Nah, we are all sinners.
We're all men. We're humans.
We were all born in sin.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah.
We are all not. We do not. We are lucky. We should be lucky that we have the opportunity to kiss Jesus's feet and beg for forgiveness, because we don't deserve that.
Yeah.
Not anybody in this room deserves that grace.
Yeah.
But because Jesus did what he did, we have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
And the thing is, for me, I'm too busy trying to figure my shit out to worry about what you're doing or what he or what she's doing. I've got my own mess to figure out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that you say that
I'm
too.
still trying to figure out things that I've had issues with since I was 9-10 years old. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. We all do. I'll just tell someone.
Well, the way that we're built and the way
we're
that
jacked
we're raised.
up from when we were younger.
Yeah, we are, right? And again, there's a saying that goes, you know, the sins of your father, right? The sins of your father go to you, then you live your life, and then you create your own sin. So you're battling all these things, right? So I don't have time to worry about what you're doing or what anybody else is doing.
Yeah.
And those people that are taking the time to point the finger, bro, those are the people that need to check themselves.
Hey, but that guy that keeps hating on you, bro, when you go on our podcast, bro, quit hating, man. We'll bring you on a podcast. It's
all good, bro. It doesn't bother me.
The scripture, so there's a few of them, but basically it talks about Christians are to assemble together,
right,
to worship. That's when they start talking about coming and bringing it into a church,
right.
There's other ones. It doesn't necessarily say church, but they also used to go to the temples,
right.
You know, so there's certain things that when you start getting into from the Old Testament and New Testament, stuff like that,
right.
Like they would assemble, they would go to the temples. When you start looking at the temples, there's the inner, the outer, you know, all that stuff. But so like, I get what you're saying. So
my opinion on church, right?
Yeah.
I am one of those, or I was one of those people that church was a non-negotiable.
Yeah. Was that before your wife or after your wife? Like
before.
When you changed?
But I think I was still with her.
I don't want to say you changed.
Like when I met her, it was a non-negotiable. Like I told her, hey, come to church with me.
Yeah.
And we still go. We don't go every Sunday,
yeah.
right? I do think church is good, right? There are some messages though where I'll sit there and I'm like, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'll still show up.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this, playing devil's advocate,
yeah,
right?
I like it.
I don't go to church every Sunday. Does that make me less of a Christ follower? Because you said for you, church and tithing is a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
So does that make me less of a Christ follower?
No.
Okay.
No.
So then what's the difference between you and I if you go?
There's no difference.
Exactly.
Yeah, what I'm saying is what I believe.
In your perspective.
In my perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I can understand that because, church is good and you do get fed, right? But let me dive deeper into what I do. I listen to like 4 or 5 different churches.
Who do you listen to? Furtick?
CCV.
Oh, local.
Cornerstone Church, Flatirons Church, 2819 Church in Atlanta.
Oh, the black dude?
Yeah. Pastor Philip Mitchell.
Yeah, he's good.
I just caught on to this other pastor in Miami, Florida. But I listen to like 4, 5, 6 different churches on a weekly basis. And so does my wife.
Yeah.
While we're getting ready, when I'm doing cardio, I'll listen to Christian podcasts. So I'm getting fed.
That's funny. I listen
on a daily basis. I
listen to sermons while I'm at the gym.
Yeah, and it's good.
I don't listen to like gangster rap or nothing. I listen to a sermon or something.
I listen to gangster rap when I work out. Well, it's a whole thing. That's another topic.
And I'm not judging. I just for me.
But what I'm trying to say is, I still get fed spiritually.
Yeah. No,
see what I'm saying?
And you are.
And I still put in.
There's a reason why they have, they put it out there for people to watch and learn and grow, because not everyone's going to go to the church.
So I do feel that you can still receive church, but ultimately we need to be the church.
Yeah.
We need to be the example, right? And for me, being a Christ follower, but in my opinion, right, to me, what it means to be a Christian, or what should be a Christian, is to be Christ-like.
Yeah, you got to live a good life.
You need to do what Jesus would do, even when it's hard. And there's things that I know that I couldn't do, right?
Yeah.
If I was at the gym and somebody got in my face, there's no way I'm going to let him do anything to me. I'm going to go in defense mode and I'm going to throw some blows first, right? I'm going to protect myself first. If somebody were to harm my kids, please believe I'm going to knock on their door with my, you know, and I'm going to handle that shit, right? There's some things that I couldn't. What's that?
It's your butter knife?
Yeah, with my butter knife.
Your protein. Hey,
but I do believe that there are things worth going to jail for, like protecting your family, right? Protecting your kids. I would die for them, and I would, if anybody.
Listen, I got a lot of guns,
them, right?
And a lot of cameras.
So you understand,
and more guns.
So you understand, right? We do, but we have to do our best to be like Jesus, and it's harder. It's so hard to do, right? That's one of the hardest disciplines in life, is to be like Jesus.
And that's why, like, when I say, like, I believe you should be in church, is because people struggle.
Yeah.
And you need, like, not you, but in general, people need that foundation. They need that, you know, like, like, when I started going to church, when I gave myself to God, I was 25. So I quit doing I did heavy drugs from 13 to 23. Lots of drugs, tons. You know what I mean?
I can relate.
And so all of them, you know, and so 25, I stopped drinking beer and I stopped smoking weed. So I gave myself to God, watching TV, watching Joel Osteen. That's how I gave myself to God, right? And so, and then when I got into the church, it was, for me, it was, I got the kids in, so now they're in an environment with other good kids. Not to say they're all good, right? Everybody's learning and growing. And I got to be in an environment where I can learn and grow and keep myself out of trouble, right? And so I think, and that's why I tell people, like, get in church, right? Because not everybody's as strong as you. That's the problem. And that's why I'm more of that preacher that says, get in church. Because you're a strong man.
Right.
Most people aren't that way. Right. So I'm like, get your butt in church and learn the right way, because it's going to give you some guidance.
Yes, it's going to give you guidance.
You're going to have,
100%.
and then, you know, grow and become who you are. Then we can figure some things out.
Facts.
It's kind of like a guy who's quits smoking crack. They don't even smoke crack no more. Whatever. Just use crack for example. Did they do crack?
Was that your drug of choice?
No, meth was. But I smoked crack, meth, sherm, all of it. So everything. But it's like you got a crackhead, and then you put him in a crack house 6 months later after he's clean. He's gonna fail. So you got to put him in the right environment to succeed. And that's why I tell people, go to church. And then the reason for the tithing is that what the tithing is, it's almost like an insurance policy. Because God does talk about tithing a lot in the Bible. It's in the Bible. Absolutely. He literally says to do it. Like there's a lot of times, right?
100%.
And so what that does is, when you tithe, is you're not so consumed with money.
And you're trusting him with your resources.
And you learn to become a giver, because so many people are selfish. They're not givers. They're tight. It's like my wife taught me this saying, and I think it's because her parents taught her this saying, is if your hand's like this, because you're so tight-fisted, there's no way anything can go into it.
You can't give or receive.
You've seen it. You can't. You're just this. You know what I mean? But once you let go, and then I can come in like this.
You can give and you can receive.
It's like, dude, we got to get that. Like, dude, we give so much, and we've planted so many seeds. It's like there's just fruit orchards everywhere.
And you've got it back tenfold.
Way more.
100-fold.
More.
So you know what I call this?
And it's going to keep going, because we keep planting seeds like you.
So you know what I call this? So this is called the scarcity mindset.
Yes.
This is called the abundant mindset.
That's exactly right.
That's a great analogy to use for people to understand how it works.
And so many people are tight-fisted, dude, and they're like that with their lives, with their money, with everything. And that's why I say you should go to church. Because if you're not strong enough, get in an environment where they'll train you, they'll school you. The other people ain't cheating, so you're around people that ain't cheating. You know.
Yeah, and I agree. I and don't get me wrong with what I'm trying to say. I do think church is a good thing. I'm always telling people, hey, try this church. I had somebody last week at the gym. He was telling me how he's like giving God a chance. And I was like, have you found a church? I was like, dude, try CCV. That's like one of the main churches that I recommend to people, because I think it's a good foundation.
It's big.
For people to start,
stuff,
right? They know how to talk to people. And Pastor Ashley and Mark Moore there, they know how to talk to
Is that
people.
the one off I-10? Which one is that
They
one?
got them everywhere. Yeah, they got them everywhere. So yeah, I do think church is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, you need to seek God for yourself, right?
You have to.
But yes, be equipped with all these other tools and resources, right? Church, finding godly men, godly women, godly families, people that are chasing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I tell people, you know, I had somebody say, "Oh yeah, you're such a good role model." I'm like, I'm not trying to be a role model. Like, I am one of the messiest people that I know, right? I'm trying to figure it out just as much as you are. We are all in this life trying to figure it out. Like, I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to make the most of my life. I'm trying to teach my family and my kids and the world what not to do, because I've made so much mistakes, right?
Yeah.
I am not a role model. That is never what I've intended to be. I will never say I'm this, you know, good person, because I know who I am. I know how I was raised. I know the things that I've done in my life, right? But I'm trying to figure it out. And the more that I lean into God and to lean into Jesus and do the right thing, when people say, "Oh yeah, that's great," it's not me that they see, it's Jesus that they see in me.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not me, because if it was me, bro, hey, I'd be telling
It's
you to
all
go
bad.
the opposite way.
Yeah, it's all bad.
Yeah, it's all bad, right?
Totally.
But that good, like this conversation right here, it's not me, bro. It's Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus is in my spirit right now.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it.
So I'm not a role model, but I am messy, but I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, you're
so
living your best,
if anything,
your life the best you can do.
that's right, bro. And let's meet where we're at and see how we can help each other.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
We're all trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
As long as you're open-minded.
But we all want to experience heaven on earth. And guess what? When you're obedient to God, He'll give you those moments. And then when you're really at that level, oh, He will keep blessing you, and you will be at a point where, like, it's constant heaven on earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, starting this business, that's heaven on earth for me, because now I was able to break away from corporate world, and now I get to talk to people all day long,
Meeting all
about
kinds of
life.
people. Yeah.
I encourage them. I give them fitness, faith, life advice.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, I get to literally help people all day long.
Speaking of fitness, how'd you get into fitness?
Bro, I was fat as fuck.
I seen some pictures.
Yeah, so I
What's
was almost 300 pounds.
How long ago?
I was miserable. This was like 23, 24 years old.
Yeah. Okay.
But I was bad, bro. Like, again, in high school, did a lot of drugs, alcohol, partying, women, all the bad stuff. I started selling pot at, I want to say, like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
And then by the time I was 17, I already graduated to selling cocaine.
Yeah.
I got a crazy story about that. You know how, so God has a plan for us,
That's
right?
Yeah.
And we can push the limits as far as possible. But if God has a plan for us, we cannot exceed that, whatever that is, right? That boundary.
Yeah.
So I'll get to that story right now. But I always chased women and drugs and money, and it was all about my image. I wanted to be a bad motherfucker. I wanted to, like, be that dude that, you know, don't mess with him, right? I was always getting in fights. If we were, you know, with my high school homies and we were going to, you know, apartment parties, if somebody started shit, I was the first one throwing my fist, right? I wanted that. I wanted that reputation, because I thought that's what it meant to be a man, because that's what I saw.
Yeah.
That's what I saw in movies. I was hanging around dudes that were 20, 29 years
guys.
old.
Yeah.
So I was seeing them. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I want to be like them. So let me impress them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So at that point, I was selling cocaine, selling drugs. When I was 22, 23, at that point, I was eating and drinking everything. So I blew up. 300 pounds. Well, like 295.
That's 300 pounds.
But
bro.
it's 300
That's
pounds.
pretty big.
You know what I'm saying?
How tall are you? 6 foot? 5'11"?
6 foot.
Yeah.
So I hit a point, bro, where, like, one day I walked into my apartment late at night. It was like 2:00 in the morning, and I looked at myself in the mirror for the first time in my life. You know how we brush our teeth and stuff, but we don't really look at ourselves? Well, it was the first time I, like, looked into my eyes and just stopped. and just stared at myself. And I had a whole conversation in my head like, bro, you're a piece of shit. Like, what are you doing with your life? You are nothing. You are nobody. And I feel like now that I'm looking back at it, it was the conscience inside me, right? Totally. Deep down, God, you know, trying to reach out to me. But he was saying, like, you're just a piece of shit. You contribute nothing. If you were to die today, nobody would care. If anything, people would be relieved that you're dead. Like, that's the conversation. I was like, oh my God. I got overwhelmed. I went into my room. I grabbed the Bible. I grabbed my rosary. I grew up Catholic, so it's the only thing I knew. Yeah. But at that point, bro, I didn't even believe in God. Like, I would literally say I hate God.
Yeah,
right?
You're a mess.
Yeah, bro, I was a mess. I had demons for sure. I had demons in me for sure. So I go in my room. I shut my door. It's pitch black. And I just start praying the rosary, right? And as I'm praying the rosary, I got water flooding out of my eyes. And it wasn't even crying, but it was just water, and I could not stop it. And then all of a sudden, as I like get into a trance when I'm praying it, like meditation, I hear the biggest bang on my front door. Like, you know when you're pissed off and you bang on the door like that? Yeah.
Was it the cops?
So I ran to my door. And I lived on the 3rd floor of an apartment complex where the stairs were wood and they went down like that. So you can hear if somebody was running, right? I ran to my door, looked out the people, nothing in there, opened the door, not a sound, bro. Not a sound. Scary shit. My heart dropped. I was like, what is that? My heart's dropping now just talking about it. Go back into my room. My heart's pounding. And I start praying the rosary again. Didn't hear anything after that. But now that I look back at it, I feel like it was the devil knocking on my door, like
trying to break
pissed off that I'm literally now giving God a chance with my life. And so I finished the prayer. And from that point on, man, like I got away from my old friends. I got away from all the bad shit. I moved to literally a block away from a gym. And I just started going. I had no idea what I was doing. I would just get on like the bike. I actually went to a Barnes and Noble and picked up, I didn't know what book to pick. I picked up a Joel Osteen book. It was called Every Day of Friday. Picked that book up and I would just spin on the bike and just read it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like I was receiving it, bro. And from that point on, man, I went within a year. You know, I started YouTubing everything and kind of educating myself. As I'm more there in the gym, you start meeting people and stuff. But I went from 295 to 180 pounds in a year.
Nice.
Got in the best shape. But not only that, like God completely restored my heart, my mind. And don't get me wrong, not everything changed in that year. I mean, I'm still learning shit to this day, right? But that was a good start. It's been messy and it's forever going to be messy, right? It's been like this since then. But the good news is I'm going this way, right? I'm going this way. Thank God, right? But yeah, that's eventually how I got into fitness. And the gym that I was at, by the time I made that transformation, I was inspiring the people there. So they offered me a job to sell memberships.
Trainer.
I was selling memberships, sales.
Oh, sales, yeah.
But the funny thing is I was attaching more personal training than the personal trainers were because I believed in fitness. So the people that would sell or come for a membership, I would sell them off the personal training. So at that point, they're like, oh, he's selling more personal training. We need those numbers to reflect our personal training department. Why don't you become a personal trainer? Got certified, became a trainer. Turns out that was part of my calling because now I can help people based on what I learned for myself and teach them. And my passion was so high at that point because I was like, man, God literally transformed my life. So I know it works, right? But the cool part was not only was I helping people through fitness, but I was planting seeds for the kingdom. Yeah. And that's the greatest thing ever, right? And all I was doing was sharing my testimony of the past year of what I went through.
That dude, everybody loves a comeback story.
Yeah.
And then when God's involved, it's like, how can you not love that? You know what I mean? Like someone who changed their life, who's overcoming, who's living their best life, who's trying, you're taking chances that people won't take.
Yep.
like it's commendable. It's huge.
No.
You know what I mean? And like, I have people all the time. I'll ask people like to come on a podcast and stuff, and someone will be like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about my past." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me, bro?"
Yep.
One guy told me his kids didn't know his past, and I'm like, "Dude,
Yeah.
are you kidding? Your kids should know."
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because they know. I was like, "Dude, they're gonna think their dad's a badass. Like he overcame all this crap.
Yep.
Like that's my dad. Yeah, he sucked when he was younger, but look at him now.
Yep.
He's winning. You know what I mean?"
Yeah, man. And I get it. It's embarrassing. It's shameful. There's still parts in my life that I'm still trying to figure out. Right. But you're right. God takes, how does the saying goes? And I just heard it, but God doesn't qualify the called, or God calls. No, God doesn't call the qualified.
Yep.
God qualifies the called.
Yep.
Right. And that shit's so true, bro. Look at all these characters in the Bible.
They're all
Look
messy.
at all of them, bro.
All of them. David,
Peter, the one
John,
guy that was chasing after God's heart, literally slept with his best friend's wife, got her impregnated, killed his best friend to hide it. Talk about
was in prison,
bro.
He was in prison. He was a slave.
That's what I'm saying. Talk about messy. The man after God's heart went through all of that.
Well, Peter was another one.
Yeah,
you know, like all of them. Like that's what I tell people when they try to talk crap about me. I'm like all these guys you talk about in the Bible, they're messy.
They were all messy, bro. Just Samson, Paul, the apostle.
Dude,
Paul.
I was telling I always tell the young men. We got a lot of young guys around us, like mid to late 20s, and I'm like, just read Samson. Like I always tell people that are new in church and believers of God and stuff, Christ, is Proverbs, Psalms, but these young guys, I'm like, go read Samson.
Yeah.
The story of Samson is crazy, smallest book in the Bible, but like it's crazy. I mean, this guy was like the player of players. Then he's the killer of killers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Over a chick that he should not even like.
Yep. Yeah,
the
bro.
devil, bro. That was like me when I was younger. I was with all the I mean, I used to be a little bit embarrassed too, but now it's like, dude, I've been divorced, I've been bankrupt. I did drugs for a lot of years. I have a felony. I had five felonies before I was 18.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things. I was given up before I was 8. Like kind of like adopted thing, not even legally adopted, but like people like, and I'm like, I talk about them now because those times were they shitty? Yep. Mm-hmm. They sucked. Yeah. I mean, I caused a lot of damage to a lot of people. But I overcame them, you know, and that's the power of God.
Yep.
That's the power of a second chance. That's, and that's what we have. We have like, and that's the good thing is we all have a second chance and a third and a fourth. I mean, as long as you don't kill someone or something stupid and end up in prison forever, Nah,
I think you still got a chance.
It just
I know
looks
some
different.
dudes go to prison.
Yeah, it just looks
and
different.
Impact a lot of people.
Yeah, looks different. You're doing it from a different place.
Yep.
So we're always learning and growing, So how did you get you get in the fitness world, you start being a trainer, you're doing the sales. How did you get to where you're at now? Because if people don't know you, you have literally this mobile unit, the Batmobile. We're gonna give it a name. So I don't know what we're gonna call it. I'm gonna ask Chat. Dude, Chat's gonna call it
the
something
protein
really
mobile.
good. Yeah. But how did you come up with that idea? And like because if you guys don't know, like this guy's selling shakes, First Form shakes. He's a distributor of First Form or a partner with them, and you're killing it, dude. Like you're everywhere, and these things are good. Like he made us some, like, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
But how did you get into that world? Like,
you better not be lying.
No, I'm not lying. Hey, you let everybody try it here in the office. My daughters, my son, everybody. All of it. Go get it. The best. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's really good. Really good. Like. Dude, the clear one.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, it's so good.
I mean, they're all good,
bro.
The spice, was it pumpkin spice?
Yeah. It's basic bitch season, so I had to bring in the pumpkin spice.
Do they have that all year long or is that seasonal?
Nah, it's seasonal.
Okay.
Yeah, they have seasonal
pumpkin
ones.
spice is bomb. Like, you taste it. What did my kids say it tastes like? Why is my phone ringing?
Capri Sun.
No, that was the clear one. The pumpkin spice. They said it tasted like eggnog or something because you taste that spice.
Yeah.
The clear one, they were like, it was like Capri Sun. It was so good.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fire.
Dude, if that really has protein in it.
It does, bro.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sure they wouldn't lie
so
because they get
good.
sued.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But how did you get into that game where you're at? Because this is cool, dude, because nobody's doing it. You're changing the game in this whole thing.
Honestly, bro, God gave me a vision.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
How
I
did it
take no
happen?
credit for it. So I'm a vivid dreamer, meaning I dream almost every single night. I go into a whole nother world every single night,
Deep
bro.
sleep.
Bro, I'm telling you, there are other timelines.
Yeah,
and if you believe and you're convicted, you go to those timelines. I go to different timelines every single night. So rewind back to a few years ago, I had this vision where it was like the sky was bright white. There were
Dude, my back is killing me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're good.
You good?
Yeah.
You sure? You sure?
Yeah.
Dude, I feel you. So, all right, let me jump onto this since you brought up your back.
All right.
I've had 2 back surgeries.
Oh shoot.
Do it. And let me tell you why.
Everyone says it's done when you're like,
bro, do it, because I was at a point to where I hurt my back so bad, my disc popped out my L4, L5.
yeah.
I couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
I was bedridden. Like this is embarrassing, but my son was 9 at the time. He needed to help me put my clothes on. It was that bad. Like, talk about embarrassing, bro. Like showing your weakness to your son like that, you know, like super embarrassing, bro. And I got surgery and they told me I would, you know, never work out. I would never deadlift. I would never squat. I would never do any of these things.
Yeah, because I can't squat and deadlift.
And here
or
I
any of that
am,
stuff.
bro.
Any kind of compression, it hurts. What kind of surgery what they do?
So what they did was they had to, because my disc was so popped out, they had to shave like a fraction
the nerves.
of they had to shave a fraction because they couldn't pop it back in. It was that popped out. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for it, bro. And the crazy thing is, so part of my transformation of me elevating to this next level of life that I'm in, when I had my back surgery, obviously I was bedridden for a couple of months. I was in the dark. I was working from home. I couldn't go anywhere. But I went to I don't want to say depressed, but I went to a dark, dark place in this season because I wasn't talking to anybody. I'm one of those people, I don't ask for help. Like, I will figure shit out on my own, right? I don't ask for people for help. I figure it out. And so I was in this place and I was miserable. Like, what is going on? Like, I can't walk. I can barely wipe my own ass. Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, you felt
right?
useless.
Bro, so useless, right? Being in this state of mind for a couple of months. And then I fell on this guy on YouTube about not being the victim and discipline and all these things. And again, I had a conversation with God. I was like, God, look, if you give me another chance at this, you know, I'll make the most of it. And sure enough, I found a doctor, got the surgery. Even though they told me I had to stay in bed for 6 weeks, that day right after surgery, I was in the gym. I wasn't lifting weights. I was just walking on the treadmill, super slow. But I made a commitment to God from this day forward. If I get healed, I will just take care of myself 100%. And from that point forward, it just slowly grown back. And yeah, I didn't squat or deadlift, you know, for a long time. I recently, probably 2-3 months ago, got back into deadlifting and squatting, right? But it took me, you know, about 1.5 years to get to that point.
Yeah. Because
right?
I can't lift anything.
But I'm
like that.
doing shit that they said I would never do.
That's super cool.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that
cool.
shows God's favor and what he can do when you do believe, right? And when you do things the right way, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But my encouragement, bro, is go see some professionals, get some advice, see what they say, see what your options are, so that way you're not going through this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I have, but they're right now they're like, hey, let's do everything else.
Got you.
You know, that's where I'm at. So like, I've gotten, so in 2 years, which is kind of a lot, probably 8 epidural shots.
Yeah.
And then I just, like today, I got the nerves burnt, which is ablation.
Yeah.
So, you know, so that's probably why I'm really super sore on my right side.
Okay.
But yeah, so I got the arthritis going. What they call it? It's called something else. Like, not called arthritis. But yeah, I think it's gonna come to that.
Okay.
Yeah, because a couple people said like if you can get the surgery as soon as you can get it,
Yeah, bro.
just get it and be done with it. You know?
Yep. Just get it done.
They won't give it to me yet. So as soon as I can get it, and now I probably could go find a different doctor.
Yeah.
Maybe I should because the stuff's coming back. Like I can like if I like to like I got a couple like a punching double end bag, like a little bob guy stuff. So I like to box a little bit, but if I throw like a good hook,
you feel it.
Oh, dude, I'm hurt.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like, or if I go and like I can't pick up, like I can't deadlift, I can't pick up. It hurts to pick up like 45-pound
off the ground.
Yes, because and hold it because the compression. So when I'm doing curls, I do lighter weight and kind of like keep them like one stable and kind of like put resistance.
Yep.
Because it's lighter weight. Because it hurts to hold the compression. It hurts.
Well, that's
crazy.
What I'm saying, bro. Go do it. I recommend it. You know what I mean? And I'm just again speaking based on my experience.
Yeah, I like it. I'm glad, but that's why you're here.
Yeah,
you're probably
but
here to tell me that.
back to the
Batmobile.
story. Yeah, back to the commercial.
The motivator.
Yeah. So
we just call it the motivator.
The motivator. Hey, I like that. The motivator. See how it just came nonchalantly? That's how good ideas come. So anyway, all right, back to my story. So I had a dream a few years back where it was a vivid dream. I was on a platform and I was talking to hundreds of people, and all these people, like kind of like a stage, right? And all these people were laughing, having a good time. It was bright like these lights, super bright, and everybody was having a good time, enjoying themselves. And I woke up, I was like, oh, that was cool. Like, what was that? And I kept having that dream.
Yeah.
And then, but things kept being added to it. And then I was in like a shell, kind of like my trailer. I was in a shell, and then I was giving stuff to people, but I wasn't sure what it was, right? I was like, what the heck? And so as I kept having this dream, one day at this time, I had a corporate job. I was on the like 10th or 12th floor, and I was like sitting at my desk looking outside, and I was in an area where they would have food trucks come during lunch to serve everybody, and they would have like 10 different food trucks. And I was sitting there like, oh man, like I can't eat any of that shit. Like it's all fried, it's all fatty.
Eating clean.
I wish somebody would come and have something clean. And I was like, what would be dope is like if there was like a mobile protein shake down there. And I was like, the moment I thought that thought, something just hit me, and it's like, that's it. And then from that point, I started like putting the dream together with that idea. And I was like, is that it? Like, is that what the dream's about? And then sure enough, everything in this reality started piecing together.
Yeah.
And then I felt conviction to write a business plan out, and I wrote the business model out, and I was like, this makes sense. And nobody's done this yet. Like, surprisingly, nobody has done this yet. So that's where the idea initially came from. And so I was sitting on this idea for a while. And then my wife now, when I first shared the idea with her, like, hey, this is an idea that I've had. The first thing that she said after I told her, she's like, do it.
That's cool.
Like, you need to do it. That's a great idea.
That's a good
If
woman.
it wasn't for her,
That's
in
a good
so
woman.
many ways, bro, like, I give her all the credit.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for her, none of this would be possible.
So how long have you been doing it?
A little over a year.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's recent.
And you're selling nothing but first form products. Am I correct?
Nothing but first form. Yeah. Sometimes I'll get products from Enio, and I'll do Gym Giants. But that's been a while.
Yeah.
We ran a test trial, but people want first form.
Yeah. It's a big name.
Actually, surprisingly, it's not as known as I thought. But that's part of what we're doing. You got to answer that?
No, I'm
sure.
I'm cool. I don't know who it is.
But yeah, bro. So we what I like is I'm educating a lot of people about first form. People don't know about first form.
Yeah.
And it's cool because it's clean, it's high quality, it's something that they pride themselves on their standards, right? And who they are and their values and their mission.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to talk about, especially when I have the same beliefs. But now, fast forward, we just signed a lease. I don't want to give too much detail, but we will hopefully be opening up our first store in January, February.
So it's going to be like a shake. Are you going to have shake
Yeah,
supplements?
it'll be a supplement store.
Is it going to be
and a
all
shake
first
shop.
form?
No.
Okay.
We'll have everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have high tier, mid tier, low tier. We'll have everything, so that way.
What about the stuff behind the counter?
Nah. Nah. I don't live that life anymore. But it's gonna be supplements. It's gonna be protein shakes, and we are floating the idea of protein coffee.
That's
which
a
I
really
think
good
we're
idea.
gonna do
That's a good
because
idea.
my wife, she's a huge advocate for collagen.
Yeah.
Collagen is
My
not
wife
only
does
good for
collagen
your
every
hair,
day.
skin, and nails, but it has dermavol, which is good for your skin elasticity. But more importantly, it has like 15 or something grams of protein per serving.
Yep.
And when you mix it like a salted caramel collagen with milk, my wife literally uses it and posts it every single day on her Instagram promoting it because what it's done for her. So she had the gastric sleeve surgery, and so she lost a lot of her hair.
Yeah.
And when I met her, I was like, get on the collagen.
Yeah,
And guess what?
Yeah.
Everything changed. She doesn't even use fake nails anymore. Her nails that she gets done, they're her real
Collagen
nails.
is really good
but they
for you.
look fake because they're so thick.
Because
and
your
rich.
body produces it, but then it stops. It's like
right.
everything else. It slows down as you get older or
Slows
something
down.
happens. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I think the coffee's a really good idea.
Yeah, and there's going to be a Starbucks right across the street. So we'll be competing with them, which I'm all about competition.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a bonus for us because there's so many things that we can do making different flavors with protein and collagen to make these, what do you call them, like foams or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to be a great idea.
Dude,
and then
I
we'll
love it.
also offer meal prep.
Oh, so you're gonna have like
I'm
a fridge
sure-
of meal prep?
Yep.
Are you guys gonna provide the meal preps, or is you gonna bring like a third party guy?
I think at some point we will.
Yeah.
I used to have a meal prep business in Colorado.
Okay.
So I understand
Yeah.
somewhat of the logistics of it.
Yeah.
But then we'll also have like energy drinks, protein bars. I think we're also floating the idea of having like healthy desserts. My wife is also a phenomenal cook. She's Latina, Mexicana. So she gets down in the kitchen and she's created like all these great things using protein. And again, I think most people, their biggest issue is nutrition.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to desserts and sweets.
Well, and a lot
right?
of stuff doesn't taste good.
That's right.
Disgusting. Most of the stuff.
Yeah. But even unhealthy shit, people love their unhealthy shit, right? People love their Twinkies,
Sweets. Yeah.
their Blizzards, everything, right? So if we can offer something that's healthy, and that's the biggest problem is people don't understand. You can eat shit that's healthy, that tastes even better. They just don't know how to make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They
Like
don't-
that pumpkin spice that you tried.
Yeah.
Imagine making pancakes with that.
Oh.
Yeah, pumpkin spice latte pancakes.
You guys made those?
Yeah. Muffins, everything. Waffles, everything.
Yeah, because
But-
we use that that Kodiak, but that's not that healthy.
It's not.
Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff in
Yeah.
it.
No. So like what you want to do is get yourself some pancake mix, but throw in protein in there.
Yeah,
Right?
just jam that stuff
Yeah,
in there,
bro.
and you get
You
the
get your
flavor
protein.
from your protein.
You do.
The first form. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll see what God has in store for us. At the end of the day, you know, we can have all these wants, but ultimately it's up to Him.
Yeah. Well, I believe God will give us what we can handle.
Yeah. I believe
And
that
so,
too.
so we need to always be in preparation mode, ready, getting willing, getting ready, like learning, growing. If you got a dream, a desire, a want, whatever it is, move in that direction. If you ain't moving that direction, don't expect God to move with you.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's what it is.
And obedience, man. Like there's a quote that I heard a long time ago that sticks with me, but obedience is a reflection of your faith. How much faith you have is going to show how much how obedient you are to God and how you live.
It's exactly.
You know?
You're exactly
So
right.
He doesn't expect perfection from us.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
Right. But do we get up and do we do our best once we walk out that door? Do we have the armor of God on?
Yeah.
Are we prepared to fight the enemy? Because best believe, bro, the enemy is as soon as you open up social media on your phone, it's right there, right? Are you prepared? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you prepared to battle those demons from the jump, the moment you wake up?
Yeah.
Right? It's a constant battle from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. And how you do anything is how you do everything.
That's right.
So it's like, what are we going to do today? We better do better tomorrow.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I like it. Dude, this is good stuff. So where can we follow you?
The Instagram is M8 Customs. M8 stands for motivate.
Yeah.
So it's the letter M, numerical 8, and then customs. And then my Instagram page is Build Your Breakthrough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So go follow him, guys. Look for where he's at. He posts where he's at. Look for the store when you get ready to launch it, and let everybody know you got to do the build out. What are we about? 3-4 months away? How many?
Yeah. Hopefully I would like to see us open for January for the New Year's resolution.
That'd be cool.
People, but again, we'll see what happens. Build out should start within hopefully like 4 to 6 weeks from
Is
now.
the landlord's building it out?
We're building it out.
You're building it out?
Yep.
Okay. And so one last thing, what do you want to leave your audience with? A good nugget, either to that leader, that God-fearing man, or that soon-to-be business owner?
I think the first thing that came to my mind is focus on your own path. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Mind your own business. Focus on your lane. Figure out your vices, the things that are holding you back, or the things that bring you shame and guilt. Identify what those are, magnify your weaknesses, and fix those things. Change those bad habits with good habits, and just do the best that you can. You're going to mess up, you're going to fail, you're going to fall, but keep getting up and don't give up. And the moment you are focused on what somebody else is doing, you're distracted. And you've taken your life and put your attention to somebody else's life, and that's not the way we were created, right? Get your life together, focus on yourself so that way you can elevate and be the best person that you can be.
I love it. That's it, guys. Be the best you can be. Follow this dude. Follow me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to all of our stuff, and be blessed.